It's amazing here coming at you with a brand new Pionex video update. And in this video, I want to go over pretty much what it is that I'm doing. Although I'm not going to show a live trade right now, I want you to get understanding what it is that I'm doing so that way you can start practicing based off the principles of what I'm going to show you and explain to you in this video. But before I do so, I'd like to say that I'm not a financial advisor, and you should have read a disclaimer saying that at the beginning of this video. So if you did not read that disclaimer, please go back and read that disclaimer so you can get an understanding of what's going on here on this YouTube channel. So with that said, let's get to this video. All right. So first things first, I had like when I first got started, it was all luck that I was doing with trading. I came over from Forex trading and everything like that, didn't understand cryptocurrency trading, and was getting lucky. I was able to start with $80 and get my account to over $1,500 in over a week's time, I think it was. And so I ended up having to deal with my schedule adjustment because school started back up for the kids here in Colombia. So when the school schedule started back up, it interfered or intervened with what I was already doing prior to school starting up, and I wasn't able to focus on the trading markets the way I used to. And I ended up taking some losses. But every loss was a learning lesson. And it got me to the point to where I was able to find something that works consistently as long as I stay disciplined and everything like that. I learned that every time I try to go outside of those parameters, I end up taking a loss, like what I did this past weekend. So I took a loss of like over $200 because of the reason of the market, the way the market was moving. I'm going to show you that here shortly as well. So you come over here to my account. You can see that in my futures account right now, I'm sitting at $830.13. So it's not that far off from where I was at over $1,500. So you're talking about a $700 difference, and I easily make that up. As you can see, I was able to generate a return today of over $141 today, which was, I think, over 17% return today. And it was pretty much staying within what my strategy is and everything like that, and taking advantage of the market going up. And so when I get ready to trade, I wake up at 12:16 a.m. Bogota time, which is currently on Eastern Standard Time. And because I find that as the best time to trade, due to the market has already established what it wants to do for the morning session for me. So the new daily candle starts, the new daily trading candle starts at 7 p.m. for me. And so I don't know what that time that would be for you. But you can, pretty much look at 7 p.m. Eastern, whatever time zone you're at, and you'll be able to see what time that the daily trading candle resets for the cryptocurrency trading market. And so by the time I wake up at 12:16 a.m., the market is already established what it wants to do trend-wise, and is not volatile at that time. So it's easy to get in and out of positions without it being like huge like movements. Like, for example, Bitcoin goes up 5% in just 3 minutes, something like that. It's not that volatile and nothing like that during that time in the morning. It's still moving, but not nearly as fast. Okay. So you come over here to my futures account. Another thing that I'm using as well is a demo account. And I just really play around with the demo account to see what could happen and everything like that. And and it just really further validates that my strategy works when I'm actually executing my strategy to perfection. All right. So when you look at Bitcoin, I got the lines right here marked for the 15-minute candle and for the hourly candle as well for the zones. So you got the resistance zones and the support zones, and so what can happen right now is like the market is going down. So when the first thing when I wake up, I go to Bitcoin, I look at what Bitcoin is doing. So you can see right here, right now, Bitcoin is a red candlestick. This could change, by the time I wake up in my normal time at the midnight. But the thing is, right now is going down. So the trend is down. You want to follow the trend, right? So the next thing I do, I go to the hour candle and I look at what could possibly happen after a certain amount of time of it going a certain direction, right? So that way I could try to look at opportunities for me to enter to the market at the right position, or close to the right position, to where I can maximize my return as much as possible and get in and out of the market as fast as possible. So when I go and I look at the actual execution, when I'm executing my trades, I go to the 15-minute candle. And so what I got here, I got 3 indicators here. They all the moving average indicators. I got MA5, MA10, MA20. The MA5 is going to be the first one to tell me what the trend it could go to eventually. And so right now it's been going down with Bitcoin. This is the new daily calendar got started. But you can see here, for example, when this right here came up, you see this orange line right here. It got up here, and then it got leveled out. When you see this thing leveling out, you don't want to get into any more positions at that time, because it could turn down or it could turn up again. That could happen as well. You want to weigh it out and see what the indicator is going to show you. And if the indicator starts turning down, then you know it's going to be going into a downward trend. And then the other 2 indicators will eventually follow right along with that downward trend. Not the MA20 so much, because that right there takes just longer for it to change. But the MA5 and MA10 most definitely will make that change really quick, and you can see what the trend is going to be. And then when it gets down to near the bottom, you see it level out again, and then it will curve back up. So when you start seeing the curve back up, you know that's about to change directions again. And and that's how I've been able to get in and out my trades and try to get in the best position as possible. Now, I don't trade Bitcoin. I trade Solana, I trade Ethereum, I trade WIF or WIF Dog Hat. Those are the 3 main assets that I trade right now. And it's easier for me to concentrate on just a small few, so that way I don't need to be all over the market trying to look for opportunities to trade crypto, because like people want to try to find the next 100x, 1000x, 10,000x crypto, and I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for opportunities that is showing enough volatility for me to be able to get in and out the market as fast as possible. And so after I look at what Bitcoin is doing, I would then go and I would go to Solana, for example, and I'm like, okay, I do the same thing here, because just because Bitcoin is showing a downward trend, Solana might be showing an upward trend. Although right now it's showing a downward trend as well. You can see that's a red candle. It was up, and you see it rejected the green candle. You see that long rejection wick, and now it's going down. It could reject back, back up and go and turn to a green candle by the time I wake up. But anyways, right now you want to go with the trend. That's the name of the game. Go with the trend. And you see that, you go to the hour candle and you see what the potential zones could be at as well. And so that way you can get to the right opportunity. So right now you can see that it's on the hour candle, is going down. You go to the 15-minute candle and you can see that right now that 15-minute candle is showing that it's a current green candle. So these, when I talk about opportunity zones, you want to pay attention to fluctuations that could happen during an hour candle. Because for example, this right here is just one 15-minute candle, and if you was to get in at the bottom right here and this next candle was to shoot all the way up to turn to an engulfing candle, now you're in a big drawdown. And so you just want to be careful about that. You want to once the 15-minute candle starts, you want to let it do what it needs to do, establish what it wants to do. Because this 15-minute candle started going down, and then just like, okay, then you rushing into it. So you don't want to rush. Normally, after a good 5 to 7 minutes, the candle has established what it wants to do. So in the first 2 minutes, it went down right here, looks like, and then it rejected and went all the way back up. And look what happened again. It rejected and came back down again, and it's still like fluctuating right now. You don't know what this candle wants to do. So you want to be patient. This 15-minute candle is near the end as well. So if you would have got in on this candle when it was near the top, you should have already taken your profit with my setup. So now, speaking of the setup, let's say that, okay, the trend is going down. You want to set up a sell. So what I do is I set up the allocation of my funds at 36%. Okay. Then I go right here to TPSL, click on that box, and I go to advanced settings. This is on Pionex exchange. By the way, I don't know how the take profit and stop losses is set up on whatever exchange that you're choosing to use, but this is what I'm doing over here. So I leave this at P&L percentage selected for take profit and stop loss. With the trading fees, I'm starting to see that I'm gonna have to adjust this take profit a little bit. Normally I set it at 32%. I'm gonna start setting it at 34% now. And you can see here the current price of Solana is $128 and pretty much $128. And if this thing was to take profit, actually I gotta put in a short. So let's start that over. So let's put 34%. And so the current price is over $128.10, right? And if the price was to get down to $126.31, I'm looking at a profit of well over $80 right now. Okay, and that's only a very small change. Look at that. I mean, right now it's just barely shy of $128, and it's still showing that I can get over well over $80, and that's just a dollar difference, over a dollar difference for me to get to my take profit. Then what I do, I set my stop loss ratio at 46%. Click on OK, and then you go right here and you execute the trade at that moment. And so you can see the take profit price is at 126.31, right? And so that's let's see, zoom this out. Was it 15-minute candle? So I need to go to another candle. Let's go to hour. So you can see here, once it gets down to pretty much this area, if the price action was get down to this area, which it could possibly do, then you hit your take profit. It's not that much movement at all, and that's how I've been able to generate my profits as fast as possible. And this has been averaging me easily between 8 to 12% per day, because it's not all the time that I'm able to get to my take profit. As you can see here, the candle's rejection is already rejecting right here on this candle in 1 hour. So you go to the 15-minute again. Like I said, if you got in near the top of this red candle, you would have hit your take profit at the bottom of this candle, and on this candle as well, probably, if you didn't get in fast enough. But your TP would already been hit, because you're only looking for like slightly than the $2 difference, whether it's you going down with the market or going up with the market, to be able to hit your TP with the strategy that I'm using. So the strategy is to follow the trend and listen or pay attention to your indicators, the MA indicators right here, right? And I'm gonna show you what I did right here. So this is the trade that I did this morning, or the trades I did this morning. And when I saw this, I saw that the indicators, I saw the MA5 and MA10 indicator pointing that it was going to go down. But instead of me paying attention to my indicators were doing, I looked at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's go over here to, let's bring up the Ethereum chart, and let's see if I can find that time zone. So it was, can't remember what time it was. I think I was just sitting there waiting, and yeah, I was just sitting there waiting, and then the Bitcoin and Ethereum started going up. So this is at 1 a.m. my time, and I saw what Ethereum did, and Bitcoin was doing the same thing. I said, oh, this thing's about to go up. So let me go ahead and get in. I think that was, let me go back over here and see if that was the right time. So Solana, come over here. Oh, this is actually showing 12:15. So let me go back over there and look at the right time slot now. So 12:15. Oh yeah. So I saw what it had did right here. So right here, Ethereum had went up and it had a rejection wick right here. It ended up coming back down. But when I was looking at it, Bitcoin and Ethereum were pumping up at that time. And I was like, oh man, Solana and WIF, because I opened up two positions at the same time pretty much. I said Solana and WIF about to go up with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin and Ethereum pretty much controls 7% of the cryptocurrency market. So whichever way that Bitcoin and Ethereum mostly going, that's what the majority of the market is going to follow as well. And that's what I did wrong. And instead of me paying attention to my indicators, I paid attention to what Bitcoin and Ethereum was doing. And let me go right here to WIF. And you can see that I got in at the bad time. Now, WIF was able to recover faster than Solana did. And I was able to get a return of like over $100 and like almost $110. So I think it was positions. Yeah. So this right here is my demo account. I just be playing around with the demo account. And I'm going to show you that as well. Why I take so many losses with the demo account, especially with trading Bitcoin. It's not my fault. Excuse me. But anyways, here are my three positions right here that I put in this morning. And I had to wait for like over 5 hours for me to be able to get out of the market. And that's not normal. But that was my fault, because I didn't pay attention to what my indicators were showing. Although I did see it, I just did not obey what my indicators were showing me. And I ended up getting in a position based off what Bitcoin and Ethereum was doing. They shot up and then they ended up rejecting. And then it's just like it was just downhill from there. But you can see here, these are the three. The with I was able to get into two different positions, and that came up to almost $110 in profit for those two positions combined. Because you see where I got in right here on this candle. I think it's the 15-minute candle still. There's 15-minute candle. You see what happened? With came down. And then it started coming back up, and then it really, pumped up there. And the WIF is at all-time highs right now. This thing is over $1.21 right now. It got up to as high as $1.34, over $1.34. This is crazy for WIF. All right. So, once I hit my TP for WIF the first time, I still saw that Solana was down. And I was like, I need to offset Solana just in case I cannot take, a positive gain from Solana. So I ended up opening a position up, and I was able to hit TP with that as well. And it got me almost to $110 because Solana at the time was still showing it was negative $60 for me, floating loss. So I was like, I may have to take this loss, and I still have a positive gain of well over $40, and I can still be done for the day. It won't be 5%. Well, it probably would have been 5%. I don't know what it would have been, but Solana ended up recovering eventually. So you come over here to Solana, and let's click on that, and you see where I got in. Solana came all the way down to here. It took forever for Solana to recover. So I saw what was going on, and I was like, okay, I see that this red candle came back down, and I was like, this is not following the same pattern as WIF did. Exactly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a buy order again on Solana to allocate more funds to Solana. So that way, it don't have to go up as far in order for me to take a decent profit. And you can see where I got in at. I got in on this candle right here. Look at where I sold at. I was beneath where my original entry point was at. But because I opened up another buy position, it was able to offset it. And I was able to take profit, as you can see down here, of, what was that? $31.29. So after the fees, trading fees, I ended up getting $31.29. Okay, and that completed my day for trading. It got me over $141 return for the day, which was an over 17% return. But I could have had a much bigger return if I would just paid attention to my two signals right here, my two indicators right here, telling me that it was about to go down. They were literally curving down, and I still got in on that bad position. If I would got down here at the bottom, I would have had a bigger return. Same thing with WIF. If I would got in, then go over here to WIF. If I would have got in at the bottom right here, I could have had probably like closer to a $200 gain on WIF alone. But that was another learning lesson for me, and I'm showing this to you because like these indicators are there for a reason. The indicators are there to help guide you and understand what the trends could possibly go to. And will it be 100% correct? No, because there are things that happen in the cryptocurrency trading market that is out of our control. There could be some type of news or outage, like Solana had an outage like last month, last month, and it caused the market to dump all of a sudden. Or there could be some type of news that happens that causes the market to pump all of a sudden. So the indicators can get it right 9 times out of 10. But it's that small 10% where things just out of your control, to where the market just goes against what the indicators are showing. All right, but you can bet that 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be safe to follow the indicators. That's all I've been doing to be able to get my returns. And so I followed the trend, and you can see here again for WIF, for the daily candle, it is showing that it is red. Everything is literally following Bitcoin right at this moment. It's going to come upon a time during this evening where WIF, Solana, everything is not following Bitcoin. As you can see, all my buy and sell orders coming in right here on WIF. I've been trading WIF a whole lot. But anyways, I mainly try to focus on trading like Solana or Ethereum because WIF has a small market cap, and the volatility for WIF can be out of control, out of this world. So like Bitcoin can go down just a tad little bit. When I say tad little bit, I'm talking about a small red candle, right? And so that's like a difference of like maybe $50 or $100 for Bitcoin going down. WIF, on the other hand, instead of you looking at like maybe like a negative $10 loss, WIF would shoot down all of a sudden, and you down like negative $70, negative $80, because it's got a very small market cap. And then it can also shoot up as fast as possible as well, the same way. All right. So you want to be selective when you trade in meme coins. You want to focus mainly on the main cryptocurrencies that's out there on the market that has big market cap, because they can have volatility, times of volatility, but not the extreme volatility like WIF can have. Like, for example, when you look at let's do the hour candle here. Look at this right here. How it just pumped up, for all those hours straight right there. And there'll be other times, like this right here. It's WIF can be very, very volatile. And I've been studying WIF for a long time, and I understand when to get in and out of positions with WIF. But I mainly try to focus on trading Solana or Ethereum. I could trade Bitcoin as well, but I'm not doing so. I like to trade the ones that I can buy more of, because Bitcoin is so expensive. It would take me longer to get to my TP with Bitcoin compared to me trading with Solana or Ethereum, right? And especially WIF. WIF, I only need a very, very small movement in order for me to hit my TP with WIF. That's another reason why I like trading WIF, because I don't need, like I said, for a Solana, you need over $1 or less than $2 difference in order to hit your TP. With WIF, I think you only need like maybe a 70-cent difference in order to hit your TP, because you're able to buy so much more of this asset based off, because the price is so cheap compared to Solana and Ethereum. So, but that's the name of the game. You follow the trend, follow what the indicators are showing you, and I enter my positions on the 15-minute candle. Okay, so you see right here, it curved down. And then you still start to level out, so you want to weigh it out, because if the trend is going up, you want to get ready to get into your position to enter into a good position at this moment. So you saw that this candle was a little small green candle, and then you saw this next candle right here was going up, a solid green. This is your confirmation candle. Then you're able to get into a long position if the trend for the day is upward. It's a long, bullish. So you get into the position, then you're able to ride it up. And so at this moment, you can see that the trend line, the indicators are all going up. So when you see all three trend lines going up like this, you better believe it's going up. Okay. Not unless something happens all of a sudden to where the market dumps. And Bitcoin does that, because it's the market movers manipulating Bitcoin to be able to liquidate people out of positions, and also to get the price of Bitcoin to a cheaper price to where people can buy and at a cheaper price, especially when you got these Bitcoin ETLs. So Wall Street money involved. It's crazy right now what's going on with the cryptocurrency market, right? But that right there is how I do it. And so 36% allocation of the funds, and I go to the TPSL, go to advanced settings, I leave it on P&L percentage, and now I'm gonna be starting using 34% for the take profit, and leave it at 46% for the stop loss. And so I'm gonna go short. If I was to trade, I'm going with the trend. So the trend right now is downward. So let's put that in back in again, 46%. And you can see that the current price is at over $1.19 for WIF. If WIF was to get down to $1.18 pretty much, it's gonna hit the TP. That's not that much of a difference. You're talking about like 70 cents difference, like I said. That's it. You can't even hit your TP and get over $86, well over $80. That's right now you see it fluctuating because the price action is fluctuating. But now you can get more. Things like that can happen. So you click on OK, and so you wait for rejections to happen, because that every candle is going to have a rejection moment. And this right here is coming up to the end of the 15-minute candle, so you want to wait it out, especially now. Do not join in when you get the end of a 15-minute candle or the start of a 15-minute candle. Wait it out. Be patient. You don't worry about, I'm about to lose this extra money. No, there's always opportunities to trade crypto. Crypto is a 24/7 trading market, literally. It does not sleep for holidays, anything like that. It's always moving, okay? So you always have opportunities to make more money. Don't worry about that. Be patient. Follow what the indicators are telling you. Follow what the overall trend is for the day. Use these presets that I'm using, and you'll be able to get in and out the market as fast as possible. And this will easily, even if you don't hit your TP, you'll be able to easily make 5 to 12% per day. Okay, so let's go over here to the compound calculator. Let's say if you get started with $50, right? And let's say that you're averaging, I know I got someone in the group that's looking for 5% per day, right? And let's go ahead and put it in for 4 months. So your $50 in 4 months time, averaging 5% per day, will get you over $19,000 return, right? So now, give me a moment. All right, so I'm back. So let's get back down here. So if you got over $19,000 your account averaging 5% per day, you're averaging over $915 per day, right? So now let's bring this up, okay? So you got 915 times 7 days per week. That's over $6,400 per week. Times that by 4, you're looking at over $25,000 per month. Now for the year, you're looking at over $307,000 per year. Life-changing money, right? And so there's gonna be other people that are gonna have bigger goals. And you're like, hey, what if I start with $500 or $100? All this other type of stuff. You can go to this compound calculator. You can put all those scenarios in, right? Using 5 to 12% per day, wherever you want to do is, because the strategy easily can get you 12% if you do everything correctly. Okay, or 10%, 8%. So I was able to get a return over 17% today. Yesterday I was able to get almost 11%. 2 days ago I was able to get over 27% return. And it was just so easy. Except for today. Today it was my fault. I was in the market for over 5 hours trading, which is not what's supposed to happen. And but this is what can happen. So if you was one of those people that want to get started with like $500 and you're averaging 5% per day, and I'm going to the lower end because I know that I've been able to do 10% easily per day, pretty much 8 to 12% per day, but you might not be able to do that at first until you get used to the strategy, and then you're able to fine tune it to you to make sure that you're able to execute the trades to perfection according to how you trade. Okay. But let's go right here. Leave everything else still the same. $500 in 4 months. You're able to have over $192,000. Right? Come down here. You're able to see that you're able to generate over $9,100 per day. So let's go ahead and go to this calculator. You go to $9,158 times that by 7. You're looking at $64,000 per week. Times that by 4. You're looking at over $256,000 per month. For the year, looking over $3 million per year. You're a multimillionaire. Excuse me. And the best thing about it, you're doing this yourself. And it's not hard to do. As long as you stay dedicated and disciplined to the strategy, you'll be able to do this as well. Most important thing is, once you get your profit for the day, you can see how the profits are increasing every single day. Once you get your profit for the day, you're done. Don't get enticed and get back into the market again because you see the market, it's still going up. You get back into the market and then all of a sudden it goes against your position because you got in at the top. And now you're looking at a big floating loss. And now you're mad at yourself, you're frustrated, you got that, it's just like you don't want those kind of headaches. Trust me, been there many times. Every time I have gone outside of my trading parameters for the day, I've always ended up losing. Every time I've stayed with my strategy, I've always won, and consistently. Okay? So, now let's do one more example. Let's say that you want to do $1,000. All right? We're going to calculate that, leave everything the same. In 4 months, you're looking at over $384,000. Come all the way down. Excuse me. You're able to see that you're able to generate over $18,000 per day. Come right here. Excuse me. Still got this cough that I'm trying to get rid of. So times that by 7, you're looking at over $128,000 per week. Then you multiply this times 4, you're looking at over $512,000 per month. Multiply this times 12. That's for the year. So over $6 million per year. That is crazy amount of money coming in just from you trading your own money per day. And the best thing about it, you can do this anywhere in the world as long as you got internet, okay? And this is with leverage trading, of course. So people in the United States, you won't be able to do leverage trading, but there's other ways for you to gain access to leverage trading. It's called decentralized exchanges. But that's the topic for another day, okay? So now let's get over here, and I want to show you this. So when I lost this past weekend, I was trading with, and this is what the market was doing when I was trading the whole time. For that morning, I mean, I woke up at 12:16 a.m. like I always do, and I thought that I saw what was going on. Was like, okay, it's going up because I saw like this dip right here happened. Then I saw this candle right here, and I got in on the buy, and it ended up going down. Like you can see the indicator right here clearly showing that it leveled off. Instead of me paying attention to the indicator, I looked at the candlestick right here, and I was like, it's going to keep going up. And I was wrong. It went back down, and then it went up a little bit. Then it went back down even more. Then it went up, and then I'm right here playing around with the my trades, and I'm clicking on the reverse button constantly. I'm taking $15 loss, $10 loss, $20 loss, $30 loss every single time, and I'm compounding my losses, and I end up losing over $200 that day. So when the market is moving like this right here, don't trade it. Don't trade the asset. Try to find another cryptocurrency asset that's having more, fluctuations, bigger fluctuations. Okay, when it's doing like this right here, there's really hardly any opportunity for you to really take advantage of, because by the time you be able to verify which way it's going to go, it's already too late. Could you take profits? Yes, you probably could if you able to time it correctly and get in at the bottom or at the top. But this is when you want to avoid trading this cryptocurrency asset or any cryptocurrency asset when it's just going sideways like this. You want the volatility like this right here, the big fluctuations. That's what you want right here, okay? So that's what I did wrong. And that's how I was able to lose this past weekend. That's the reason why I lost this past weekend. Because I was determined not only to not follow my indicators, what they were saying, but I was like, I can get this property real quick and get out the market. And I end up being in there all day, all morning, and then taking multiple losses. And then, right when I finished, I was like, okay, I'm finished now. I got over $200 loss. What does WIP do after that? It pumps like crazy. And I could have recovered my account and probably gained another $200 if I wanted to. But I was so afraid at that time of losing more money. So you don't want that kind of psychological effect as well of constantly losing. And because when you're constantly losing, it will affect you mentally, and it makes you afraid to get back into the market and try to continue to improve and get better at trading. If that's something that has not really happened to me, although that day it did happen, and I showed my wife, I'm like, man, look what happened to the market after that. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It went up, and so I didn't trade it, but I ended up recovering eventually. So this week right here was my recovery week, and pretty much this one day alone, I was able to recover most of that loss. But what I was able to do this whole week has been a recovery week from that loss back on Saturday of last week. Okay, so pretty much that is it. You can see how look at all these three indicator lines are pretty much pointing down. Now the MA20 is level off. The MA20 is going to take longer to show the trend is going down. But you see the MA5 and MA10 is just solid going down. So you better bet that it's going down. It's going to continue going down some more. Because when you look at the zones here, let's go right here to the horizontal line. You can see that it has like a support zone here. Let's move that down some more. It has a support zone here. So it can get all the way down to this line, and then it can bounce back up. If it breaks through that support line, then you got another one here. And you can do this on your chart as well on the 15-minute candle. And you can see that this right here is going to be another zone here. And then, another one pretty much right down here. Okay? And then it can if it keeps going down, then you're looking at this right here. Okay? Now, I don't believe that WIP will come all the way back down like this, not unless there's a extreme dump from Bitcoin. I think it could end up coming back down like halfway down here and to this yellow line, and then it can come back up and they do a stream pump at that moment. And that could be happening around the time when I'm waking up after midnight to be able to take advantage of the market, you know, at the best of my ability. But the thing is, look at the indicators, the MA10, MA5, MA10, MA20. Those are the three indicators I got, okay? And those right there has been helping me so much. I mean, you guys really don't know until you start trading this thing. When you start seeing what the indicators are telling you and you able to follow the trend in the way that the indicators are telling you to do so, you're going to be so successful trading this thing. It's going to be ridiculous. I want to see everyone that's deciding to take advantage of the cryptocurrency leverage trading market and be able to celebrate whatever it is that you want financially, your financial goals this year. Because this right here is happening before the actual bull run. We're experiencing somewhat of a bull run right now, and it's not even the actual bull run. Wait until the actual bull run starts. You'll be able to make so much money during the bull run. This is how so many traders during the last bull run became multimillionaires, because they just literally longed all the positions. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, everything. They just longing all the positions, taking their profits along the way, getting in on the back on the dip, and getting into more long positions and riding the market all the way up again. And you know, so this right here is just a preset to what it is I want you to get to understand before I actually start doing live trading on my channel. Okay, you can understand what it is that I'm looking for, how it is that I'm able to execute my trades, and you can also see my my settings here for trading. Okay, 36% allocation towards the asset, set the TP at 34% ROI, and the stop loss at 46%. So it gives you some wiggle room, because sometimes the market just does strange things. Okay, but the thing is that you better get in and out the market as fast as possible. Give me a moment. All right, so I can't remember what I was saying before I paused the video, but anyways, that right there is all that I wanted to go over in this video. You can understand what it is that you're able to do. You know, with my account, what was it, $863, something like that? I can't remember. But you know, if I'm able to average 8% per day for 4 months, this is what I'm able to look at in 4 months' time. And that's the reason why I did not use a higher number, because some of you will not be able to believe that this is achievable. But this is what is possible if you got a strategy, you stay disciplined, you have patience to wait for your setups to happen, and you're able to take advantage of the market in a short period of time, so you get in at the market as fast as possible. Scalp trading. That's what it is. All right. And when you come here, you're able to absolutely see that the profits being generated is going to be able to be done by the settings that you use from me. You know, if you choose to use those settings, 36% allocation, 34% take profit, 46% stop loss. Okay, if you lose, you just lose. Okay, you can take the loss, move on to the next day, and try to recover, start the next day, or you realize what you did wrong because you got in the position too early. And you're like, okay, now it's going back in my favor. I can go ahead and get in now because you did something similar to me. You ignored the indicator, what the indicator was showing. You're like, oh, I'm in a long position, but the indicator is showing that it's going to go down. And then it goes down, gets your position, and it ends up hitting your stop loss, or you close out the position before it hits your stop loss and take the loss, right? And then you wait for the indicator to show that it's moving back up in your favor or down in your favor. It depends on what you're doing, long or short. But you wait for the indicators to show you the clue that, hey, this is about to move back into your favor. Now you can go ahead and open up. Once you confirm that it's moved up and moved back into your favor, you open up position accordingly. Then you're able to possibly recover that loss because you know you got into the trade too soon. That's it. All right. But when you come down here, when you look at this right here, I want to be able to achieve this goal for myself personally. Because I have bigger plans, I got bigger goals. I want to get businesses going and everything like that, real estate properties and everything. So if I'm able to make this kind of money per day, it's going to be able to help me achieve all those goals in the real world a whole lot faster, right? And I can withdraw up to $1 million per day. When you come here to the verification, you're able to see that the level 2 verification, I'm able to draw $1 million per day. And I can do that every single day of the month. If you only got to level 1, You're only able to withdraw $20,000 every 24 hours and a maximum in 30 days of $100,000. So it's important for you to do your level 2 verification, okay, with Pionex. That's if you choose to use Pionex. So people in the United States, you got Pionex US, so you won't be able to do leverage trading with Pionex US, but you can do spot trading. And you can use the same strategy, but it's just not going to have leverage trading. You just put 36% allocation and of your funds, 34% take profit, or no, I don't know what it's going to be because it's not leverage trading, right? So if you're able to average 2 to 3% per day spot trading, that is outstanding, okay? But people in the United Kingdom, you don't have access to Pionex anymore at all because of the government changes towards crypto. So you have to use like other exchanges, like maybe like a KuCoin, Binance Exchange, or the the centralized exchanges that you like to use as well. People in the United States, if you want to use a decentralized exchange, make sure you do your research, or anyone that's using a centralized exchange, make sure you do your research to make sure that the centralized exchange has the liquidity to be able to handle the amount of like withdrawals that you want to be able to achieve per day. So with Pionex, it is a top 50 cryptocurrency exchange in the world. It's been going since 2019. Okay, so they have the liquidity. They got a lot of trading activity here on the Pionex exchange, and so be able to handle if I want to take out $764,000 per day. So that's what I want to be able to do. That's and that's pretty much everything I want to go over here inside on this video, so that way you can get an understanding of why it is that I'm doing things a certain way when I start doing my videos, showing you trading my account in a live session. All right, so that's all to say. If you like what you heard and saw, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share this video with other people. If you're interested in joining Pionex, I have my links down in the description of this video as well as in the comment section. If you heard of Pionex from someone else, please give back to that person, use their referral link, create your account, start generating your passive income with trading bots, or you can do leverage trading or your spot trading as well, like what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's all to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.